Last videos we did with Dave Kindig and K-Dog, they were here in the shop, and I popped this hood, and I told him, I said, I got a little problem here. I'm a motor guy, I got no motor in here. The question is, can I get a V12 LS in here? Can I? And since I'm building him a V12, I thought, what the heck? Let's see if I can do a V12 in here. He's convinced I can do it. Of course, Dave, he could build anything, But he happens to have a 3D model. I'm gonna run down to the shop, I'm gonna grab it from him, and we're gonna kind of like pre-fit the thing, and we're gonna kind of see, is it, am I comfortable doing that? I'm gonna go check it out. So, I'm excited to stop in and see Dave again and the guys, but I'm also, I'm not nervous, I wouldn't call it nervous. I'm just like, whoa, how much work is it gonna be to get this car up and going? Because this car's got a good story. That car, I'll have to show you the title. I bought it with my other son, Marley, when he was 16 years old. We took a father-son trip down to Arizona on Route 66, kid you not. In fact, the title still has the address on it. I don't want to retitle the car because I still have a title, an old title, that's got Route 66 as the address on it. I've been working on that car with my son for, let's see, it's 30 years now, far too long, 14, 15 years. And I'd really like to get it finished and give it to him before I'm just too stinking old to move, to get it done. So I'm kind of excited, but a little nervous. It'd be easier just to put a V8 LS in that thing, but I used to have an old 502 big block Chevy in it, and I decided we ought to maybe kind of get a little newer. Well, Dave's here, his car's here. Hi.
I'm Hallie, I'm Dave's assistant. Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Hallie. There is that's new in here.
That is new.
That is new in here. You've changed things around since we've been in.
We tend to do that.
Do you? How often do you do that?
Pretty much whenever we can or need to. This is basically shipping or receiving for us. So.
What is this?
That is our Ricky rocket that we designed and had built for the Red Bull soapbox that's happening in June.
Oh, I'm supposed
I'll be there.
Yeah. Dave and to be judges, so.
Oh, sick.
Why am I not in that? You must lift weights then.
I do. I actually go to the gym every day.
Good for you.
Look at that.
Well, let me get is this the oil pan?
Yes, that's the will.
Holy smoke. Look what 3D printing can do. It's amazing. This is not going to look good on video.
No?
Nah, I got a girl. This is not going to look good. And the comments are not going to be good. Here, let me.
Yeah, you guys probably should have swapped.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well, he's the guest in our house. I don't want to put him to work too much.
Oh gosh. Oh, just kidding.
I think that'll fit just fine.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You are most welcome.
How long have you been here?
Officially 5 years, unofficially 10. It's always a trick question. Yeah.
What's the difference?
Well, we moved out here, my husband and I moved out here 10 years ago so he can start working here. And then I've just been friends with the family and they poached me 5 years ago for my corporate job, so.
Oh, hey, it's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Tell Dave thank you very much.
Will do.
I mean, I think it'll fit. That Chevelle's got a ton of room under that hood. Of course, we got to have room for our pulleys and everything up front, but shouldn't be a problem. But there's only one way to find out. Let's go shove it in there and see if it'll work. That's pretty amazing, man. That is something else. This is precision engineering I'm doing here right now. So, shoot, that thing will fit in there. I think what I'll do is I'll get the oil pan, I'll bolt the oil pan to that, and then it'll kind of give us an idea of how I have to fab the motor mounts. But I think we've got enough. I need probably 4 inches, about 6 to 8 inches total between. I'm going to have a radiator in there that'll sit to about there. And then I've got to have the pulley systems on the front of that. I think we can absolutely do it. Yeah, let me get some help and some guys, and we'll lay that in there and see what we can see. Jake.
Yes, sir.
I need your help.
What's up?
Can you come with
Yeah,
me for a second?
yeah.
I need 3 fender covers. Yeah, grab that, those 2. That's good. Go ahead. And then this is a bit overkill here, but yeah, this will work. Okay. So here's the deal. I just went to Dave Kindig's place.
Yeah.
And I picked up a V12. You're gonna see it. It's pretty cool. It's a 3D model of an LS V12.
Oh, okay.
And I want to stick it in the Chevelle, just real quick to kind of see like how big it is in there.
Yeah.
Big freaking motor, huh?
Yeah. That's cool. I hope it doesn't weigh like one.
No, it's pretty dang light. Oh, yeah. So what we're gonna do here is, let's set it up here. Look at you, big old tough guy. Okay, now it's lower because we got an oil pan under the motor mounts, but I want to kind of push it all the way back to the firewall.
Okay.
Yeah, it's what I would do. I'll go ahead and get some motor mounts. Let's go back, go on that side. Let's go ahead and put it right to the firewall. Okay, now I want to, you know what I want to do first? Let me set that, let's take it back out of there. Let's set the oil pan in there, and then we'll set it down on the oil pan. Whoop, set it right down there. Grab that oil pan. What I can do is, we're going all the way back. This is going way back here. Yeah, shit. It's gonna tilt that motor up with that shit in the way, but now let's just sit that down in there, the motor.
Okay.
Need a counterweight. Okay. That's more about the height that it would sit in there. Go ahead and just set it down there. Pull that piston out of there, and then it'll stay. Yeah. Okay. Now can we go back? No, I can't because the damn thing's hitting there. So that thing can go back.
Fancy hood.
No, I think it'll go under the hood. The manifold is really low. The manifold I'm putting on here is really low. So, yeah, the pan that I'm fabbing is got for front wheel drive. So, unless I cut Dave's 3D model pan in half, which I'm not gonna do, he'd be torqued, and not in a good way. So, that's not the kind of torque I want. I'm gonna have to revisit this and get a pan that I think will work on there. But as far as the distance, let's pull it out one more time. Okay, just set it right here. What I want to do, let me just feel the bottom underneath that. Hang on, just 1 second. Okay. Just kind of let it rest there just for a second. They're gonna be making fun of me. But you know what? This is how stuff starts out. That'll be probably about the thickness of the pan that I'll need to that lower cross member. Okay? So now, Let's do it one more time. All the way back, right to the firewall. Yeah. Now, see, that's about where it'll sit. It might sit up another inch or two higher. Let's just push it right back to the firewall, the whole bell housing, just like that. There you go. Here's the motor mount thing. I think this thing is gonna be fine, man. I got a radiator. I could drop the radiator in there, but I'm gonna have my pulleys. That would be so sweet in this thing, dude. We'd mount the water pump and the pulleys. You know, that's gonna be, I mean, I'm thinking it's gonna fit, man. My harmonic balancer would be right here, and then I got a radiator that sits here. Let me get a tape measure just to see. Yeah, I have no doubt that we have enough. We have plenty of room for a pan and a sump. The measurement to the front of where, okay, so this would be the back of where the radiator would sit, right here. So from the motor to where the radiator sits, I have 7 inches. I'll have to get it out of here, out of the showroom, get into the shop up on a lift and really do this a little better. So I need to order the pulley kit and the tranny, bolt it up, and then see where that takes me. That's what I'll do. Thanks, Jake, for your help.
Yeah, no problem.
But I need, not too honest, okay? Because I know you're probably gonna go, Dave, you're making life too hard for us all. But
All right.
come here and look at this.
Oh, hey.
I know, you know, I said something the other day, I was telling you about it.
Okay.
Look, dude.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. So here's the deal. That's about the height. It might sit up a little higher. I might have to open up the firewall. What I want to do now, so here's my question to you.
Okay.
I want to get a 4L80,
Okay.
and I want to get the pulley system on the front of this. Right now I have, if we measure, I measured from the back side of the radiator, we got 7 inches in here. From here to here, which I think is plenty for pulleys. You know, the harmonic balancer will sit there.
Well, the harmonic usually sticks out, depending on which harmonic you get. If you get a dampener one, it might sit up closer.
Yeah, I mean,
on
there's
there.
things we got to do. The
Yeah.
next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to order the pulley system from like CHF or
There's that one, yeah.
And
there
then,
might be another one that makes
Bill.
one too.
There's a few guys that make these aftermarket full-on
Because
serpentine
we
belts.
want to make sure it's going to clear
Yeah,
right there. Would be the main thing.
and I got to have AC in the car, so
You
I
have
got to have.
You have a provision for it?
Yeah, I got AC. Yeah, the AC's already
Okay.
in the dash and everything. I just haven't run the.
Okay.
In fact, here's the lines here for them. To be honest with you.
Okay.
So, what do you think, man? I think the next step is get a tranny, get the pulley system, bolt it to this block. They've got some, places for that.
Yeah. One of the bigger challenges will be
Exhaust.
fitting the radiator and fan to make sure it will cool the motor
Well,
down.
here's the thing about the fan. Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
I can put a pusher in here.
Yeah.
I
We
can put a pusher
we
in
can
there.
add,
I've got room in here to do that. I can,
we can do some mods.
I can do some mods, but I've already got my condenser in there. But I can get pusher fans on the front of that. I can have to move where the receiver dryer is, but I can push a lot of air from that side and push it through here. I won't put any fans on that motor. I don't think there's any way that we're gonna draw. We're gonna have to push air, which is fine. That's a lot of motor in here, bro.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
Just,
And it's low enough, I think an intake will be no problem. We won't have to do any hood mods, which I don't want to do. I want to keep the hood factory.
yeah, keep it flat.
This cowl, I just love
Because
it.
you can get, even LS makes lower.
They're manifolds. They've got a manifold that doesn't go above the heads.
Okay,
Yeah.
that'll be nice. It'll fit. It'll just be keeping that motor cool might be the one challenging thing where you might have to get creative, but do auxiliary something underneath. But yeah,
I think we can put a big old 4-core in there, man. A nice big old 4-core radiator.
yeah.
Spend
and
the
then
money and get one with enough airflow. I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about are we going to have to modify that firewall to get
That
the bell
is,
housing?
yeah, that's.
That's why I
one
want
of
to
the
just go ahead and
big-
get the tranny. We'll bolt it to, because we can bolt that right to the back of this model.
Yep.
and then see. All right.
Cool.
You're not as excited as I hope you'd be.
It just
See,
everything starts running through your brain of oh.
The reason
So,
he's not excited is he's going to be the one who's got to figure out how to make it work.
everything's doable. It's just how many modifications do you have to do to make it all work?
Well, that's
And then all your options of electric water pump, mechanical water pump,
I know.
all the fun stuff.
Yeah. All right, we'll start wrapping your head around it, dude, because this is your next nightmare.
All right. we'll take the big sledgehammer to the firewall.
Tyson. Okay. You know, if I have to open up that firewall a little bit, I can, but my next step is getting a pan that'll work. Getting a 4L80, I think, is the way I'm going to go on the tranny. Bolt the tranny to the back of it and get my pulley set that I'm going to be using on the front, and then kind of see where I'm at. So watch for that. Any of you guys got any suggestions? I know, you know, there's going to be a lot of suggestions, but I need them. I need good ones. Okay. Now that I see it in there, I think this thing is way doable, and I'm excited, you know, to take the next step. So I'll get a tranny. I'll get the pulley system. We'll do a little more fitment. I'll get the mounts, the engine mounts that I want, so I know where it's mounted, and I'm excited. I think this thing's doable. Let's go see what we can do.